everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Amanda and today I made gluten-free mini pumpkin chocolate chip muffins and they were delicious. They didn't last long at all. I will be making them again because my kids loved them. In this recipe, we're going to use pumpkin pie spice, baking soda, baking powder, vegetable oil, mini muffin tray, salt, pumpkin puree, and I get this from Aldi's, 2 eggs, and these are fresh eggs from my friend, also a 1/3 cup of mini chocolate chips, and some oatmeal that is my favorite, all ingredients from Farmers We Know. It's gluten-free, it's sprouted rolled oats, and it's just amazing. It's one of my favorites. Also, vanilla extract. I forgot to put it out. We're going to start off by using 1½ cups of gluten-free oatmeal, and we're going to put it in our blender so that way we can blend it up into a nice powder form. And we're making this recipe all in our blender, which is awesome. Now we're going to go ahead and blend the oatmeal up until it's about into like a powder form. I was really nervous to blend this up because my youngest is down for a nap right now. And I was trying to make the recipe earlier so that way I could make it while he was awake because I knew this was going to get loud. But he wanted to hang out and play, and then we snuggled, and then he went down for a nap. So now I'm making it, and thankfully he did sleep through this really loud blender. I mean, it was really loud. I was really nervous. But make sure that you grind up the oatmeal nicely. You want it to be kind of like a powdery form. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And again, we are making this all directly in the blender, so just add it right into there. Add 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. I got more of this the last time I went to Walmart because they go really fast, especially this time of the year. And my family has really been loving all the recipes that I've been making with pumpkin puree in it, and a lot of it calls for pumpkin pie spice. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to go ahead and blend this up so that way everything is mixed nicely. Now that we have our dry ingredients all mixed up, we can go ahead and start on our wet ingredients. And we're going to add our wet ingredients right into our blender. And we're going to start off by adding 2 eggs. And if you know me, I save my eggshells for my garden. I like to put them in the freezer and bake my eggshells once I've completely filled this bag up with eggshells. And it just helps out instead of having to bake the 2 eggs or wash them and set them aside. I don't wash my eggs. I just throw them right in my Ziploc bag and put them right back into my freezer until I'm ready to bake them. This recipe was amazing. So it makes 24 mini muffins, or you can make 12 regular size muffins. I wanted to try the mini ones out because I thought they'd be perfect size for my kids and make them for snack for school, but they didn't last long. So I'm gonna have to make this again. It was that great. So now we're gonna go ahead and add 1 cup of pumpkin puree. And this one I get from Aldi's and it's gluten-free and it's a great price there. I paid $1.15 for this can. It was on sale. And I normally stock up on them when I do see them on sale because lately my kids have really been loving a lot of stuff I've been making with pumpkin puree. My daughter absolutely loves the pumpkin pie baked oatmeal. It's amazing and it freezes well and it's perfect for school in the morning. I will link that video in the description box down below so you can check out the gluten-free pumpkin pie baked oatmeal recipe. It is amazing and it's super easy to make. Now add 3/4 cups of brown sugar. Add 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, or you can use extra virgin olive oil. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now that we have all our wet ingredients with our dry ingredients, we're gonna go ahead and blend and puree it up nice and smooth so that way all the ingredients are nicely mixed together. And you might have to take a spatula and scrape down the sides to get all the dry ingredients really incorporated into the wet ingredients. I had to do that and it was perfectly fine, but just make sure you get it mixed nicely together. If you love pumpkin flavor, check out my channel. I have a lot of new recipes up that involve using pumpkin puree, pumpkin pie spice. Check it out. I will also put the video links in the description box down below so you can check out all the pumpkin recipes I have recently made. And a lot of them are gluten-free. It is almost where I want it to be. I wanted to scrape down the sides again just to make sure I got everything that needed to get into it and be nicely smooth and blended up. And now that's done, here's how it looks. It looks great. Now we're going to take some nonstick spray and spray nicely on the mini muffin tray. The batter is really thick. At first I was like, oh, I should use a tablespoon to like scoop it out so I can portion it out per little mini muffin cup. But I ended up using spoons to scoop it and then scrape it out of the spoon because it was really thick. And this did work out perfect doing it this way. It is kind of hard to get the batter out of the blender towards the bottom. So definitely take a spatula and just try to scrape out as much as you can as possible. But it was really great. This was amazing. My kids really loved it. They loved it when they got home from school. They were like, "Ooh, did you make something new? What is it?" "Oh, that looks great." And let me tell you, they really loved it a lot. And I was happy that they liked it because, it was filled with oatmeal and there was not a lot of chocolate chips, so it worked out perfect. And if you want to, you can take the chocolate chips and actually mix it in the mixture and then place them into the muffin cups with the batter. But I actually took my chocolate chips and just put them on the top at the end because I wanted to try something different, because whenever I've made recipes where it's all just in the blender and then you mix in the chocolate chips, sometimes they go all towards the bottom and you don't get it all equally throughout the batter. So this one I wanted to try differently and just place the chocolate chips on the top at the end. Now that I got all the batter out that I could, I wanted to kind of straighten out the tops to kind of, when I go to put the chocolate chips on top, it was a little bit flatter. So I tried using my fingers at first, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get little baby spoons so I can flatten them out and then re-scoop some batter from other muffin cups to try to equal it out as best as I could. Now I'm taking 1/3 cup of mini chocolate chips, and I'm just going to try to equally distribute them through all 24 mini little muffins. These were so great and easy to make and just delicious altogether. I really loved the pumpkin pie flavor that it had to it. And I think that making these the next time, I might also make it where I don't add the chocolate chips, so that way my children can take it to school and it not gets extremely messy, because it was perfect. It was a great mini muffin for snacks. I really liked it a lot. So I will be making these again for them and make it without the chocolate chips, so that way they can take it to school and enjoy it for snack time. Once I finally did get all the chocolate chips on top, I did push them in so that way they really adhered to the top of the batter. And just gently push them in. You don't have to be like a hard push, just gently. Look how cute they look. Oh, they were really good. So now they're going to go into the oven. We're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. The oven is now ready. It's preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to bake them between 15 to 17 minutes, and mine actually took 16 minutes. I love easy days in my kitchen. It's been perfect. I got those muffins in the oven. And now I'm going to check on my dinner for tonight. I have ribs cooking right now in my Ninja Foodie Possible Cooker Pro. My husband picked me up some ribs because they were on sale at Food Lion. So I was like, yes, grab them. I want to cook them up. Normally I cut mine in half because it's easier to flip it. This time I just put the whole thing in and it still worked out and it was still great. I had checked them when the timer went off for 15 minutes and I put it back in the oven for an additional minute, and they were perfect at 16 minutes. The knife came out perfectly clean. They are done. They look amazing. They smell great. And let me tell you, they were delicious. Look how cute and yummy and tasty and delicious those look. That chocolate is so gooey on top right now. Oh, it was so delicious. But definitely let them cool for a good 5 minutes before removing them. It has now been 5 minutes that they've been cooling, and I have been eyeing them and cannot wait to try it out. Oh, the chocolate is perfect. It is so great and messy and gooey and just delicious. It's so soft. I really loved that the oatmeal was blended up. It was perfect. It was so delicious. These are too easy to just snack on. It would not be hard to just devour the whole thing, which we did. My kids really loved it a lot. And again, I'm going to be making these again for them because it was such a big hit. It was such a hit. They're so delicious. I moved them all to a plate so that way they'd be ready for when my children got home from school and they could have this for their snack while they did their homework and tell me all about their day at school and how it was. But these are great. They're amazing. I definitely recommend them. If you're gluten-free, you will enjoy it. And the nice thing too is you don't have to use gluten-free oatmeal if you're not gluten-free. So you could use either one. It's perfectly fine. But if you are gluten-free, I highly recommend using gluten-free oatmeal. But they are really, really delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy what I make. I'll have the recipe listed in the description box down below so you can check it out. But I hope you guys have a great day and take care. Thanks. Bye, guys.